This is an L sample answer. Keep practicing to build confidence. To try a mock test with these questions, watch our mock test video. The link to the PDF document is in the first comment. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. Let's start off by talking about family. How often do you spend time with your family?
I spend time with my family every weekend. We usually have meals together or go for outings. It's a great way to catch up on each other's lives and relax.
Who are you closest to in your family?
I'm closest to my sister, Lucy. We share everything from secrets to hobbies. She's always there to help and support me, and I feel comfortable talking to her about anything.
Do you think family is important?
Definitely. Family is very important because they give you love and support. They're always there for you during good and bad times, which makes life easier and happier.
Do you prefer spending time with your family or friends?
It depends on the situation. I enjoy spending time with both, but family gatherings feel more comforting, while hanging out with friends is often more exciting and fun.
Has your family size changed over time?
Yes, it has. In the past, families in my country were larger, with several generations living together. Now, families tend to be smaller, with just parents and children.
That's the end of part 1. Now we are going to move to part 2. In this part, you will have 1 minute to prepare and then speak up to 2 minutes. Describe a historical building you have visited. You should say where it is, what it looks like, what it is used for now, and explain why you found it interesting.
One historical building I visited is the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. This old amphitheater, built almost 2,000 years ago, shows how skilled the Romans were at building and how important their culture was. Visiting the Colosseum was like stepping back in time to an era of gladiator games and grand public events. The structure is massive, with an unusual oval shape and many levels of arches. Even though some parts are broken, you can still see the detailed design and the tunnels below where animals and gladiators were kept before going into the arena. Standing there, I could picture the loud crowds and exciting events that happened long ago. The scale and history of the building are truly impressive. Today, the Colosseum is one of the most iconic landmarks in Europe and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It attracts millions of visitors every year, offering guided tours that explain its history and importance in ancient Roman life. It also serves as a reminder of how architecture and culture have evolved over centuries. Despite being centuries old, the Colosseum remains a symbol of Rome and its incredible past. What struck me most was how advanced the Romans were in creating such a structure without modern technology. The Colosseum not only reflects their engineering skills, but also their sense of community and entertainment. Standing in its massive arena, I felt a deep connection to history and admired the legacy it represents. It's a must-see destination for anyone visiting Europe.
That's the end of part 2. Now we are going to move on to part 3. We'll continue discussing the topic of historical buildings. Why do people visit historical buildings?
People visit historical buildings to learn about history and culture. These places show how people lived in the past and help us understand their traditions. Visiting them can also be inspiring and enjoyable. Additionally, these visits often provide a sense of connection to heritage and identity.
Do you think it's important to preserve old buildings?
Yes, preserving old buildings is important because they're a part of our heritage. They tell stories about our past and keep history alive for future generations to learn from and appreciate. These buildings can also attract tourism, boosting local economies and fostering cultural pride. Additionally, they help maintain the character and charm of a city or town.
What challenges do you think historical buildings face today?
Many historical buildings face issues like pollution, lack of maintenance, and overcrowding. Modern development also threatens their preservation. These challenges make it harder to protect them for the future. Climate change is another concern, as extreme weather can cause significant damage over time. Limited funding for restoration projects makes it harder to preserve these buildings.
Can modern buildings be as iconic as historical ones?
Yes, some modern buildings can become iconic because of their unique design and cultural significance. For example, landmarks like the Burj Khalifa are admired worldwide and represent architectural achievements of today's era. Over time, these structures may also gain historical value as symbols of innovation and progress.
That's the end of the speaking test. Good job.